Welcome to Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which is my first Planet Coaster 2 series here on this channel. So I'm so happy this game is out, and I'm going to try my best to do as much content for you guys as possible. So let's move straight into the video now. So to show a little bit of footage at the start and how I planned out, you can just see that I've added these 3 boxes that I planned out. Well, technically it's 2 each ones. So I kind of just planned out little basics where the buildings are going to go, and I also showed a little roof, so I know it's going to be shaded a little bit darker, so I can use brighter colours there. And then I wanted to show the fact that you go around a bend and then you can see this magnificent structure that's going to be in front of you, which is going to be the Hallelujah Mountains or Thunder Rocks. It depends what you want to call them. So moving on to our time lapse, I just wanted to point out the sort of approach I'm doing to these Planet Coaster 2 videos. As you guys know, I'm more of a Planet Zoo kind of guy, so I'm not the biggest fan of roller coasters and stuff like that, and theme parks in general. So while I'm a little bit better at theme parks than water parks, I do know a little bit about water parks. So I'm not the worst. So I have been to like Disney and stuff like that, so I do know a little bit about it. And Universal was one of the better ones for this as well. So I kind of know a little bit about theme parks and stuff like that. I think this game I'm going to struggle with a little bit because of the building side. This is going to be very good to help me kind of start building and get used to this. As you can see, obviously building an entrance, I've got a little bit more skill in Planet Zoo, so this is the easier bit for me. So I'm a little bit scared of doing these roller coasters, but I think it'll be great fun. And this whole theme is right up my alley, so I should be able to do this with very little sort of troubles and stuff like that. So I had a reference in front of me of a abandoned RDA facility from the game Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which I have played, and that game, by the way, was super good. One of my favourite. The graphics are like, you can't beat it at all, and really good story. A little bit bad, like when you finish the game you run out of things to do, but this takes heavy inspiration. Obviously the name is like a one-to-one, but I could not think of a better name, so, and the other name was the same as the one in actual Disney, so I just went with the simple approach here, Frontiers of Pandora. And obviously that helps with the water theme as well when we get into that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like, alternating episodes. So one week you'll see me do a Planet Coaster 2 video, then the next week you'll see me do a Planet Zoo episode. It's just how it's going to map out, and it depends how often I get to one. So, like for example, next week I might say I'm a bit behind on Planet Coaster 2, so, you know, it might take a little bit longer and stuff like that. Obviously this episode took ages to come out, and it's only just because I had to get used to the game, and it took me ages to film this. And obviously, if you keep in mind about how long ago my Planet Zoo video was, that's just because I was waiting for this game to come out. And I did check out Prehistoric Kingdom, which is what I was going to do, but I'm still not 100% with the controls of that game either. So I did do a little bit of work off camera just to kind of get used to the controls for that game, and I am thinking about starting that up again. The animals are a lot better, and I really want to build for the Ankylosaurus there, but we get onto that at a different point. I'm just going to talk a little bit about my thoughts on the game as well. So, Planet Coaster 2 obviously came out, well, for me it was yesterday, and when this video comes out yesterday, I think so. I'm just trying to think a day ahead. So for me it's actually today, but yesterday. So obviously everyone can access it. A lot of the things were down, like, pretty sure franchise wasn't there. I know the workshop was down when I was playing this, so I had to go completely free without any blueprints or anything like that. So I did struggle a little bit, and specifically with the pathing tool. While I like the pathing tool, I think it's a little bit confusing. The draw tool is more of like a filler tool, like a draw your own filter shape thing. Draw tool makes a lot of sense really, but yeah, it was just a little bit confusing. I don't think I know if there is a new Planet Zoo game in the works, that is going to be the future tool for it. 100% really good, and I feel like they need just a normal circle stamp tool. While they've got like these octagons, hexagons, squares. I feel like they could add triangles, increase the size of the path as well. I don't know why they went so small. They could just have like a 8 meter by 8 meter sort of method instead of just having it as like a little 4 meter path. I prefer it a lot bigger than that. And it's just stuff like that really. And when I'm building this, I was keeping in mind to kind of make sure guests can't walk through it, because I've seen videos of guests walking through these buildings, and it's a little bit weird. Obviously, a lot more relaxed conditions, I can place just the shops there without having to place the shops first, and it's 10 times easier to figure out this way. So, big thumbs up from me. Pathing tool is very good, as takes time to get used to. And the actual shops, well, the fact you can place them on, it completely switches up how you build in this game now, so completely different. And the plants, I think the plants could do with a little bit more work, comparing how many plants they had in Planet Zoo, and I know that's a big focus with that game, but they could have just added about 60% of the plants into Planet Coaster 2, and it would have just made the whole roster a lot bigger and give a lot more diversity, because I found that while there is a lot of plants, not saying there's not none, I feel like they could have added a couple more biomes. Obviously, that will be future updates, but you when you get the game and you play it, you can feel that there are gaps, and you can tell they want to add DLCs to the game, which I think is a little bit. I know that's how it keeps the game running, but it just felt, they want the extra DLCs and people to pay money, so I did dislike that a tiny little bit. And obviously, the fact there wasn't a pirate theme made me upset, because I do like the pirate theme in the first Planet Coaster. So, let's talk about a little bit of the future of this theme park. So, I'm going to start off with obviously the Hallelujah / Thunder Rock mountain in the middle. That's going to be the focal point, like how you've got the castle, Cinderella's and Sleeping Beauty's castle in Disneyland and Worlds, and in Universal, you've got that big arch, the gateway, and stuff like that, and the globe, and there's certain things like that which draw you in to walk down this pathway. And ours is going to be the Hallelujah Mountains, and I feel like in the background, where the water park is, it's going to be very flat, and it's mainly going to be the feel of you wanting to go over there. As you'd be drawn to the theme park, you'll get views of the water park and think, oh, I'm going to go there after that, and stuff like that. And on the right hand side, I'm obviously going to have a couple of themed rides. I'm not going to tease them too much, but you can expect obvious rides, like obviously the most famous one in Disney World, where you go on the bikes and you're flying as one of the mountain banshees, or Ikran, whatever you want to call it, one of them species, the flying ones. So I'm definitely going to incorporate that, and I would like to say that the Hallelujah Mountains are going to be the same scale at Disney. I'm not going to have them be absolutely massive. I've seen some builds, well, not specifically from Avatar, but I have seen some mountains where they are literally like the size of like this entrance, like fivefold. So I don't want it to be that big. I just want it to be big enough where you can kind of get the scale that it is just this looming structure above you. And I am a bit disappointed that there are 0 vines in the game. I'm either not looking correctly, or there is just none. I could not find a single vine, liana, or anything like that. And with Avatar, that's the things that hold it together. So I am going to go have like a triple look, just to make sure that there is no vines in the game. I'm a little bit upset about that. I don't even think there's like Spanish moss or anything I can just try to make a vine, or even flexicolor or anything. But I think what I am going to use is the bald cypress knees. I don't know what they're called. Cypress knees? Are they called that? You know, the things in the Everglades where they come out the ground of the trees. So I'm going to use them and hopefully try and make a vine. But again, they're all grouped together and there's not a single one. So I have made that to the side currently, just so I get this idea. And as I'm building, I keep kind of flicking back to that. I think I cut all the bits out actually, but just kind of looking just to double check that I definitely can make use of that for the vines, because they're obviously a bit big, and I don't know if I scale them down if you can't see through them enough. And a little bit about the pieces as well about this. The pieces in this game are like genuinely amazing. The aquatic pack, oh my god, I cannot brag about how these pieces save me. The like cornered edges, and I learnt towards the second building that I'm just building for now, where I'm putting the plants on top, that if you actually connect the walls, it automatically curves the corners for you. I did not know that until I tested it out. And in the first build, you see I've added them corners that do it automatically, but you can actually, it gives you it all like completely already if you just click the walls together and make a little blueprint of the square. So if you're using them pieces, 100% do that. And the fact that some plant pieces and most of the pieces are flexi color is just a 10 out of 10 from me. So do make sure that you take advantage of the flexi color and don't just go by the little picture. Like these blackthorn bushes that I use a lot in sort of Planet Zoo, savanna habitats and grasslands ones to make it look dry. Those ones are flexi color, so I made them a complete green bush and it looks like completely different vegetation than all the others. So 100 from me, very, very good. So before I do my outro, I just want to say that the alien pieces that I'm going to be using, because obviously there's different plants in Avatar, I'm going to start mixing plants together and I'll be doing that work off camera. So just to let you know, yeah. So that's it for today's episode. So I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you do want to see more of this series, please leave a like and comment down below if you've got any ideas for me to introduce. I'm still looking for Easter eggs and stuff like that I want to include. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like to see more of my other content, like Planet Zoo and stuff like that. Be sure to watch those, that would be greatly appreciated. And then again, I will see you on the next one. See you soon, bye!